And hello, everyone. Welcome to Planetary. I'm Michael, and it's time for this week's Indycar fixed race here on iRacing. We're in 2020 Season 1. I believe it's week 7. And this week we are at Talladega. Don't believe we do Talladega very often in the IndyCar fixed series. That just doesn't ring any bells, honestly. I don't remember doing this track. I know we've done Indy. I know we've done Daytona. Well, maybe we haven't done too many Daytonas either. Huh. Well, let's give this a shot. So, again, primarily focusing on the qualifying procedure here. So, I've run some laps earlier. Make sure we're good on our and we don't have too much time until the race. So let's go ahead and let's talk about this. So we're going to go ahead and first and foremost, as always, let's load up our qualifying setup. And going to go with the 6 tooth, just leave that right there. And I'm going to go with the plus 12 on the steering offset. There we go. Got a lot of people on here. So in practice, there's a 41.4. I think I do. Yeah, depends on whether or not they're drafting. Let's see what we do. So first thing we do is got to get a good estimate of how much gas we are consuming. So let's go ahead and looks like everything's still set up good here. Let's go ahead and do 3 laps. Leave me alone. So we're going to go ahead and absolutely stay inside that yellow line. Try to get up on this little bit of a bank here. Don't go around the flat part. But absolutely do not go past that yellow line. You will get a penalty for that. So as always at Talladega and at Daytona, if you're doing NASCAR related stuff, definitely want to hug this yellow line. Nice and smooth all the way around. So I'm not convinced really whether or not to downshift into 5th in the corners. I'm kind of going to do it. Let it build back up. Shift into 6th. So this is really going to be our coming up on our first time lap here. All right, so now going to be the second. Looks like 0.66 per gallon so far. Don't let it swing out too widely there. 0.7. Coming down the fuel here. Not going to be a lot left. We did not burn off any like we did at Pocono. Let's see where we're at when we cross that finish line. So let's see, finish line coming up right there. Looks like we got 0.3. Looks like we're in first place too with a 41.3. All right, so it looks like we had 0.3 gallons remaining at that time. So, and again, this is one of those situations where you really need to get an add-on app, like in my case, the Z1 dashboard, so that you can get some accurate measurements. It's hard to do, I think, with the basic iRacing stuff. You can try to do it using your where's the fuel thing here? your fuel gauge remaining there, but that is not very accurate. So yeah, get an app that you can get some kind of telemetry data from. That, like I said, I use the C1 dashboard on some auxiliary screens. One of these days, I'm actually going to get my real view of my rig set back up so we can flip back and forth and you can see some of that. But like I said, I had 0.3 gallons left after the 3 laps. So that means that's my amount remaining. We want to have a 0.1 gallon buffer. So that means I could only burn off about 0.2 gallons of fuel. So not a lot, but we want to get this down to the absolute bare minimum. So I'm going to hit practice again. I got my gauges and keep it in neutral and just floor it. And we're going to bring it down to 2.10 gallons of fuel here. And now we're going to go and we're going to do 3 qualifying laps. As always, you want to get as much speed built up right from the cones on the pit. This will allow you to build up as much speed as you can during your 3 laps. So I do not want to draft anybody on this. That will really skew your numbers. All right, so coming up for our first time lap here. There's the start finish. As long as he stays behind us, we don't have to worry about it. Won't affect our draft any. Problem is, he's definitely going to cut down in front of us. Skewing the numbers already. So I'm just holding it in 6 this time. This is going to mess us up a little bit, I think. Trying to let those get away from us a little bit. And we're still way too close to them. Really screwing things up for us here. I mean, we're doing great on the time, but he's really screwing up our fuel calculations. So that's just about right. Let's see if we can do it again without 40.7. That's a qualifying run with a draft. So that's not valid. All right, so here we go again. Look at this real quick when I go out. So practice and 2.29, and I want to get down to 2.1. Okay, there's 2.1 gallons. See if we can try to not get anybody. Oh boy, see, that's what happens. That's what happens when you get on that little bit of a curve with too much speed. That's why you want to get on that little bit of, oh boy. Yeah, okay, they're going to wreck each other, so there you go. We'll get away from them. And now he's screwing up our fuel run. All right, well, let's try it again. All right, so I'm going to try one more time. Am I the only Michael in here? Mm, well, I might be the only Michael in here, but I'm not, so I don't know if I thought he was talking to me or not. All right, let's try it one more time. We only got 3 minutes left, so I don't really know if I can do it. So bring it down to 2.1 gallons, and let's see if we can get a clean fuel run. All right, there it is. So, and there you go. I already have someone right in front of me who's probably not doing a qualifying fuel run, who's probably not going to go full blast. As you can see by being up on this little bit here, right between the flat and the bottom of the banking, I can get going full blast, and I'm already screwed up. Because I'm definitely going to catch this guy. So hopefully you get the point here, because I've tried, but it seems like people are just perfectly spaced out to be a problem. So I'm doing this entirely in sixth gear. I feel like it's probably okay. Guess we're about to find out, because we're 1 minute off from the race. But it is the plan that I intend to use. $231. Be careful on the ridge there. Can throw you a little bit. See if we make it all the way around. Yeah, you can see the difference between having a tow and not. I'm already almost, I am 4/10 off my fast time now. So keep it nice and low here, not getting up on the ridge. And that was pretty well exact. 0.1 left, and there we go. And you can hear the car starting to sputter there. All right, so let's go ahead and let's head on into the actual race, and we'll go from there. So hopefully that does clarify that qualifying procedure for you. Do a few runs with the qualifying setup, get your fuel calculation, figure out how much fuel you can burn off and how much you should burn off, because you don't want to have too little fuel. And then try to get a clean run, 3 laps, get as much speed built up from the starting position without getting any kind of speeding penalty for the pits. You do usually start right there at the cones anyway. And without spinning. Certain tracks, especially the ones that have a more flat area when you come out of the pits and go around turns 1 and 2, they can spin you if you get on the throttle too much. But here we are. We are in practice in the official session. So if you haven't, if you're just tuning in, maybe this is iRacing 2020 Season 1, Week 7, Indycar Fixed at Talladega. Had a really good race in Pocono last Sunday night. I think we came in second or third, one of the two. Talladega is a really long track as ovals go, so it's 40 laps, really not that long at all. The only problem is it is a super speedway, full throttle all the way around. The draft is powerful, and well, we'll see how it goes. This is my first time this week actually attempting to get this race done. It has not really been a good week for racing between being super busy trying to get stuff done. And well, last night I had a pretty horrible night in the RM Solo Winter Sim Racing Series. Got wrecked out in all 3 races. Really annoying. Didn't get wrecked out in the second one, just got wrecked. But or the third one, I guess I didn't get wrecked out. But still, it's a case of could have done pretty well in both and ended up relegated to the bottom half of the top 10. But anyway, I guess it's been a while since I've had a bad night. All right, well, we have 5 seconds left. So going to go in here just as soon as it switches over, and let's go ahead and get that qualifying setup straightened out. Come on, come on, come on. So it's a 5-minute 2-lap quali. There we go. All right, well, let's go in here. Like I said before, we're leaving it on 6 tooth, and we're going to bump it up to 12. Feel like that's good enough for this track. It's, this is a rocket science track. It's pretty much keep your ass in the lines on the ground. So here we go. Let's get my timing screen up and my gauges, and let's get it down to 2.1 gallons. So don't really have to worry about, there we go. I don't really have to worry about overheating here. It's actually a pretty small amount of fuel that needs to be burned off. All right, let's keep it between the crack in the pavement and the yellow line. Slowly building up. And we're needing to go to fourth gear there. And we're just going to make 3 really super tight loops. Around this track, nice and smooth. Shift up when it seems appropriate. There we go. Keep it nice and tight. Stay away from that ridge. Don't want to throw the car. Shift back down to 5. Let it pull us back up. Yeah, I just really don't know that I'm losing all that much speed. So I think I'm just going to leave it in 6 this time. Nice and smooth. Don't go up over that line too much. You don't want to let that throw you, like I said. All right, second lap. Nice and smooth all the way around. Got another 10th or so. Pedals fully down. Nice and easy right there along that yellow line. And there's the finish line. Oh, so it looks like fourth, maybe? That's what it looks like right now. Don't have too, we got plenty of time left, a minute and a half or so. All right, let's go in here and let's look at the times and see how we're doing. All right, so right now, first place is 41.264. We're currently holding at a 41.359, so just almost a tenth. Screen went black in there for a second. Almost a tenth, not completely a tenth. Hopefully this has ended up being loud enough. I think my last video, the engine noise and everything was way too quiet. Okay, let's see. Oh, we're down to fifth. Been pipped by just a little bit there. Looks like high 41.2s, mid 41.3s. Still got a lot of people that have not set a time yet. Not sure why. Slowly burning off fuel. Do not know. But anyway, not too many. Oh, now we're down to sixth. Looks like that 264 time though, that's holding pretty steady. And there it is. So we are starting in sixth place. We're car number 23. Let's very quickly, do not forget to do this because you do flip back to the race setup. So let's go ahead and get in here. If you have to make any changes to your steering pinion and your steering offset, this is the time to do it. You should just practice it. You've got almost 2 minutes to do it. So, and unfortunately, you cannot save it. So there you go. So we've got everything set up here. So we're getting ready to start. Let's go ahead and let's do this. And we got that spelled right there. Let's do that. And time to gear it up. Keep me updated. All right, so here we go. We are grading up in sixth place. I don't know what we're going to need fuel-wise, but let's... But I'm going to set it at 8. Tire replacement shouldn't be a problem. We'll keep an eye on that. And we got our relative positions. Alrighty. Let's close that out. And 10 seconds left. All right, so there we go. Everything's set. This should be very interesting. Should be very, very interesting. Like I said, draft is very pronounced here. So we're definitely going to watch out. We will be starting in first. As always, we will be very, very careful rolling into that. It's pretty easy. Just remember there's lines on the pavement, so that way it's real easy to stay in your lane. All right. And normally I would advocate going around in 6th gear, but we're getting ready to start, so that's not applicable yet. We'll see how we do on cautions. All right, here we go, folks. So this is literally not when you're supposed to be talking. All right, so we have successfully made it back down to the bottom line. Do believe I'm going to have to try the 3 wide thing here in a second. Well, that probably wasn't the best thing to do. Yeah, I knew I shouldn't let that guy around. Dude, if you're gonna ride the third lane, you better stay the fuck up there. Oh boy. We have gone 11 of 40 laps. I'm amazed. Okay. Why the hell do y'all? Ooh, gotta breathe, gotta breathe, gotta breathe, gotta breathe. Not sure how I keep losing the time there. I keep losing time through the tri-oval. I don't get that. Almost halfway. Okay, so lap traffic, you're going to have to use a lot of common sense. Or uncommon sense, whichever it is. Okay, well, I retract that last statement. How much fuel to finish? All right, folks. Well, I decided that I was not going to sit in that anymore. Okay, well, I'm staying up here out of the way. All right, well, all these guys are going to have to pit at some point. So I'm just going to stay right here. Okay, there are 3 lanes marked. Dude, what the hell? Do y'all not know what lines are? 14, you can't come off the turn and up to the top of the lane like that. All right, 34 of 40. Eighth place. All right, just 2 more laps. All right, folks, 1 more lap. Whew. All right. Wow, was a lot better than I am anticipated for Talladega in an IndyCar race. We went 40 green flag laps. Did a really, in my opinion, good green flag pit stop and managed to actually the only thing I'll say about that is that the draft really isn't as powerful as I thought it was. And you can't bump draft because, well, this ain't NASCAR. Yeah, so we started 6th, finished 8th, but even so, that was some really good, consistent laps. I mean, let's get rid of that. Let me see where my pit stop was. Let's see, watch that there. So my pit stop occurred on lap 22. So it is coming up here. Let's skip over here. So as you can see, I mean, it was a really good, consistent race. Nice and tight. Everybody really close, but not too close. Yeah, I don't even really know if I needed to get tires on that. I feel like it probably was unnecessary, and the pit stop could have been even faster had I not. I also think I was probably a little too nice on the whole letting the pack by kind of thing. But that's the kind of thing that you never know. Just as easy if cause a wreck. So yeah, we just dove right off. So I want to find out. So I came out here. We were in position 20 when we came out, and so realistically, I went high when these guys. So I did drop one spot, I think. See if there was anybody. I mean, in the end, I don't even think I was a lap down, so everybody had to stop. And for once in my life, I didn't actually have a caution come out the second I pit. I mean, look at that third lane holding right there, man. That's what I'm proud of right there. Staying completely up above the third lane line, not giving anybody any crap. Finally starting to come down and pick up that draft. Still in 21st, still in 21st. Trying to see if by doing that I had let anybody get me, but see what it says when we pass that. So we were still in 21st at that point. So letting the pack by absolutely did not cause a problem. That to me right there, that is the kind of thing that a lot of people just don't do. I mean, they simply associate cars going by them with losing position, and that's not the case. As you can see here, I was in 21st place before, and I was in 21st place afterwards. I mean, all of these guys were a lap ahead of me at the time. I'm still in 21st at this point. No one else is pitted, but except for that one guy that just went in there. But if we speed this up, that was lap 26 with just about 14 laps to go. Everybody's going low on fuel. Tires really aren't an issue. That's, like I said, probably the one thing I shouldn't have gotten. But see, now where are we going to be this time by? That time, now I'm 20th. Go a little bit faster. Start to cruise by people. Still in 20th. Yeah, this is an example of how not to be in the third lane. Let me just bounce between lane 2 and 3, and now 1. I'm just going up and down. So now 19th, 2 more pitted there. Now we're 15th, continuing to move up the order. People are pitting. Now we're 11th, bringing it down. Pretty well stayed in the bottom lane from here on out. Guy in front of me started flashing, so now we're 9th. Let that guy on. Now we're in 8th, and that's pretty well where we stayed for the rest of the race. So let's see where car number 14 finished. Oh, car number 14 was actually ended up being the guy behind me. So we were contending for position there. That was pretty amazing. So and we were like 1/10 apart, really. So that ended up being a pretty good race. Honestly, his real problem was he couldn't hold that third lane, and then ultimately he decided to just get behind me. But see, like I said, that was one of the things that I really was kind of surprised by, was that the draft really wasn't as powerful as I thought it was going to be. Trying to slingshot off the turn and take the third lane, honestly, about the time you pulled up tight with somebody side by side, it gave out and you fell back, and that happened to me a couple of times going to the outside early on, falling back, and it really kind of was the downfall there. Reason why I fell back a couple of places, and I think that's ultimately where I ended up. So there you go. I mean, that's the thing, is that I really feel like that this is the kind of track where if you had a real buddy, like someone you could communicate with directly, and you could coordinate those slingshots off the third lane going on to the back straight or coming onto the front onto the trioval, you could actually execute some passes. But without a little bit of help and sticking your nose out there, it's kind of like, well, everybody keeps doing it until everybody figures out you can't do it, and then it ends. So still, all in all, not a bad race, not a bad finish, still a top 10. And listen, to be able to go three wide there consistently at 230 miles an hour, yeah, without any cautions for 40 laps, I am just thoroughly impressed. This was a great group of guys. And I wish they were all like this. Although sometimes those pit stops do save you. If we'd have had a couple of pit stops, probably would not have needed fuel. So that's the only thing. And we could have easily stayed out and kept tires and probably moved up. But that's the way it goes. So anyway, thanks for watching. We still definitely have a VRS GT Sprint race this week that I need to do. And I think Catalunya, Barcelona to some people. Not my favorite track, but we'll see if we can get a good favorable split. Maybe end up with a good race this weekend. But other than that, I thank you for watching, and as always, here's the end guard.
Hey guys, Michael here. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, go ahead and click that like button. Click on the Planet Herring logo to subscribe to the channel. Let us know what you think about the video in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon.